Somewhere in your life right now, there is a space where something precious used to be. A relationship that once felt like home, a dream you spent years shaping with your own hands. Or perhaps it is simply the version of yourself that existed before everything changed, the one you sometimes search for when you catch your reflection and feel a sudden ache you cannot name. When a loss like that arrives, it leaves behind a silence that is difficult to explain. In that silence, very few people say what is actually true. God is not only interested in restoring what disappeared. Perhaps God is beginning something different, even if you cannot see it yet. That does not mean your pain was small. It does not mean what you loved was not valuable. It means your story did not end the moment something was taken away. It means something else may be forming, even here, even now. So many of us spend our energy trying to rebuild the exact life that fell apart. We keep knocking on doors that have already closed. We replay old conversations. We revisit old memories, hoping somehow they will lead us back to the person we used to be. But while you are exhausted trying to recreate yesterday, something quieter may be happening. Patiently, faithfully, almost invisibly. God may be shaping something new within you, something steadier than circumstances, something that cannot be stolen as easily as the things you once depended on. If your heart feels heavy today, hear this before anything else. Your story has not ended in ruin. What feels like collapse may actually be the beginning of your deepest transformation. Today we will look honestly at what happens during seasons of loss, why the empty places in your life are not wasted, and how God may quietly begin rebuilding long before any evidence of change appears. There was a season when a relationship I believed would last ended suddenly, and a career path I had spent years pursuing simply stopped opening. I remember sitting alone, staring into a future I could no longer imagine clearly, wondering if the years I had invested had been wasted. Like many people, I tried to fix everything myself. I chased relationships that had already ended. I forced opportunities that clearly were not opening. I smiled in front of others while quietly falling apart inside. The harder I pushed, the more exhausted I became. Every door I tried to force remained shut. Every answer I demanded seemed to meet me with silence. Week after week, I kept asking the same question. Why has everything gone so quiet? It was not until I reached the end of my own strength that something finally changed. Not around me, within me. The moment I stopped pretending I could carry everything alone, an unexpected calm settled over my heart. For the first time, I realized God had already begun healing parts of me I did not even know were wounded. Looking back now, I understand those closed doors differently. Sometimes a closed door can later reveal protection or redirection. It may not feel that way now. Distance sometimes creates space for healing that would not have been possible while everything was still open. The delay was not evidence that I had been forgotten. The delay may have become part of the healing itself. That season completely changed the way I understand restoration. Real restoration does not begin when circumstances improve. It begins when your heart finally stops carrying burdens it was never designed to hold alone. Many of us assume healing means getting our old life back. But God often begins somewhere much deeper. Before restoring what is around you, God may restore what is within you. Because what would it accomplish to recover every opportunity, every relationship, or every success if fear, anxiety, and exhaustion still ruled your heart? God desires something greater than repaired circumstances. God desires a restored soul. That is why some seasons feel so quiet. Not because nothing is happening, but because the most important work may be happening where no one can see it. Think about a seed planted beneath the ground. For weeks, the surface appears unchanged. To anyone looking from above, it seems as though nothing is growing. Yet underneath, roots are stretching deeper. Strength is developing before growth becomes visible. Without those hidden roots, the first storm would destroy whatever eventually appeared above the surface. Our lives often grow the same way. The quiet seasons that make us question everything are often the very seasons building the foundation we will depend on later. Maybe that is exactly where you are today. You are wondering why progress feels slow, why prayers seem unanswered, why life appears to have stopped moving while everyone else keeps moving forward. But what if the silence is not empty? What if the silence is preparation? What if God is strengthening parts of your character that could never develop during easier seasons? Patience, compassion, wisdom, a peace that is not dependent on perfect circumstances. Those things rarely grow during comfort. They grow quietly, they grow deeply, they grow where only God can see them. Even when your own mistakes contributed to your pain, your story is not finished. You do not have to spend the rest of your life punishing yourself for what happened yesterday. You do not have to believe that one painful season determines the ending of your story. Sometimes the season that looked like your greatest defeat quietly becomes the place where your strongest future begins. Your life often follows that same hidden pattern. Just because your circumstances look unchanged does not mean God has stopped working. Some of God's greatest work may begin beneath the surface, inside your heart, long before your situation begins to reflect it. That is why it is wise to be cautious about judging your future by what you can currently see. Visible progress is not the only kind of progress. Hidden growth is still growth, and sometimes it is the kind that lasts the longest. It is completely natural to grieve what you have lost. Grief is not evidence that your faith is weak. It is evidence that what you loved mattered. God never asks you to pretend your heart does not hurt. There is room for tears. There is room for questions. There is room for healing that unfolds one quiet day at a time. You do not have to rush yourself toward joy before you are ready. Healing is not pretending everything is okay. Healing is allowing yourself to be honest while slowly learning to trust again. You can miss what was. You can still hope for what is ahead. Those two things can exist together. Perhaps today you have been asking God to change your circumstances. Maybe instead, God is first changing the person who will eventually step into those new circumstances. Think about it. If everything you wanted had arrived immediately after your loss, would your heart have been ready to receive it? Or would old fears, old habits, and old wounds have quietly followed you into the next chapter? God does not simply prepare blessings. God prepares people. Sometimes that preparation feels slow because lasting transformation rarely happens overnight. It happens through ordinary days, quiet mornings, honest prayers, small choices, tiny moments when you decide not to give up. Those moments seem insignificant while you are living them. Looking back, they become the turning points that changed everything. Now let us be honest about something that is difficult to admit. Many of us ask God to give us peace while continuing to hold tightly to the very things that steal it. We pray for freedom while refusing to release old resentment. We ask for direction while filling every quiet moment with noise. We long for healing while reopening the same wounds through constant overthinking. Real transformation asks something gentle from us. Open your hands. Not because what you lost did not matter, but because your future cannot be fully received while both hands are occupied by the past. That does not mean forgetting. It means trusting. It means believing that God is capable of leading you somewhere better than your own understanding ever could. Surrender is not giving up. It is not sitting still and hoping life somehow improves on its own. Surrender means faithfully taking today's next step without demanding tomorrow's entire map. It means making healthier choices, speaking truth instead of repeating old lies to yourself, showing kindness when bitterness feels easier, choosing hope even when certainty has not arrived. You do what belongs to you. You leave what belongs to God in God's hands. That is not weakness, that is wisdom. Because there comes a point when constantly trying to control every outcome becomes more exhausting than the uncertainty itself, and that is often where peace begins. Not when every question receives an answer, but when your heart finally realizes it does not need every answer to keep moving forward. A healthier future may require clearing away what no longer supports your peace. Out of love, some things have to be released before stronger things can be built. That process rarely feels dramatic. Most days it feels ordinary, almost invisible. But layer by layer, choice by choice, your heart becomes steadier, your thinking becomes clearer, your hope becomes deeper. Without realizing it, you begin responding differently than you once did. The things that used to shake you no longer carry the same power. The fears that once controlled every decision begin losing their voice. The peace you have been praying for slowly becomes the place from which you live, instead of the thing you are endlessly chasing. And that is when you discover something beautiful. God was not only restoring what you lost, God may be restoring you. That changes everything. Because perhaps the better gift was never simply getting the old life back. Perhaps it is becoming free from what you once believed you could not live without. Perhaps it is becoming more discerning, more peaceful, more courageous, more honest, and more grounded in God. There may come a day when you no longer want the exact life you once begged to recover, not because the past meant nothing, not because the loss did not hurt, but because you have discovered that peace, truth, dignity, and freedom are more valuable than returning to a situation that required you to lose yourself. You are not forgotten. You are not too far gone. You are not too late. You are not defined by what you have lost, and you are not disqualified by the mistakes you have made. Your value did not disappear when the situation ended. Before we close, take one quiet breath. Name one burden you are ready to place in God's care today. You do not need every answer. You only need the courage to take the next small step. God, thank you for remaining faithful when everything around us has felt uncertain. Thank you for holding us together during the seasons when we felt like we were falling apart. Today we place every burden into your care. Every disappointment, every unanswered question, every fear about tomorrow. Heal the places within us that still feel tender. Replace anxiety with lasting peace. Replace discouragement with renewed hope. Give us the courage to trust your timing, even when we cannot yet see the whole picture. Help us release what we cannot control and faithfully walk the path you place before us today. Strengthen our hearts, renew our minds, and remind us that our story is still being written with wisdom, purpose, and love. In quiet trust, we rest.